Joseph Smith really bothers you that much, you might want to ask yourself why.
It's because he's a false prophet leading many astray. That's why I care. And God takes it so seriously under the old covenant that he says if they speak falsely in his name, they should unalive, right? So if they speak falsely in his name and God literally wants them to permanently quit speaking under the old covenant, again, not saying we should just start whacking false prophets today, God's heart still stands. He does not want them speaking on his behalf. That is so clear in the text. And Joseph Smith has false prophecies. D&C Section 84 is a perfect example of this. I mean, it literally says it right there. The temple will be reared in this generation. This generation shall not pass away until an house shall be built unto the Lord. And no, Jesus did not do the same thing in Matthew 24. His prophecy literally came to pass in 70 AD. But on the other hand, for Joseph, his prophecy has not come to pass, and it's almost been 200 years. Ain't nobody living in that generation. But the question might be, how do we know that that generation meant his generation? Great question. Well, in this wonderful article by J. Warner Wallace, he actually has some quotes from Orson Pratt and others that talk about this exact same prophecy. And what he says is, God promised in the year 1832 that we should, before this generation then living had passed away, return to build the city of Zion in Jackson County, that we should return to build up the temple of the Most High where we formerly laid the cornerstone. He promised us, look at it, it says promised. Listen, he knew what he meant, right? He promised us that he would manifest himself on that temple, that the glory of God should be upon it, and not only upon the temple, but within it, even a cloud by day, flaming fire by night. We believe in these promises. Again, a promise. We believe in these promises as much as we believe in any promise ever uttered by the mouth of Jehovah. The Latter-day Saints as much suspect to receive a fulfillment of that promise during the generation, again, during the generation that was in existence in 1832, as we expect the sun will rise and set tomorrow. Why, he says? Because God cannot lie. Listen, guys, God cannot lie. Orson Pratt knew what it meant. He knew that that prophecy meant that generation before those people who were living when the prophecy was given would not pass away until it was built. Why? Because God promised and God cannot lie. So it's a false prophecy. The people who lived around Joseph knew what he meant. They knew it would be that generation. Therefore, he's a false prophet. Did not come to pass. He fails the test in Deuteronomy chapter 18, verses 20 to 22. So that's why it bothers me. It bothers me that people are running around spouting that Joseph Smith is a prophet when he's in fact a false one, and God tells us not to listen to them. And if Jesus says, if you love me, you'll keep my commandments, why aren't you keeping the commandments and not listening to these false prophets like God tells you to in Deuteronomy 18? Let me know in the comments.